Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is White Rice Wednesday, so it's time for my Survivor recap. So to recap on tonight's episode, basically leaves off with the vote last week when they voted Cece off, and everyone's feeling relief. Like there's no bad feelings going on, and I really think they made the right decision going forward because Cece was awful in the challenges, and Vanua's already behind, and they need strong people to win the challenges right now. So everyone's just chilling at Vanua camp. At Ikabula, it was actually interesting because Jay and Will were looking for an idol, and Jay actually found the logo on there, and it's kind of tricky when you have somebody right there next to you, and he's having Will be lookout, and Jay cracks open the bamboo, and Jay actually finds the hidden immunity idol, and he kind of had like a ten, he kind of had like a heartfelt moment because he got all emotional and said that he's out here playing for his family. And if I was out there on Survivor, that's who I'd generally be playing for. But Will was definitely not a great lookout because Michaela came in and saw that they found the idol. So Michaela said that if she gets wind that they're going to plan something against her, she'll tell Brett and Sunday that they, or anybody for that matter, that they have the idol. So the reward challenge they were playing for apple pie and cookies. I don't really think sweets are a great reward challenge because then they'll do bad immunity challenge. That's what I think. But it's basically like the blind leading the blind. Like I believe it was Figgy, Michelle, and Jay were like the callers, and they had to guide their teammates to get these puzzle pieces. And David was awful in it. Michelle kept yelling right, right, and he kept going the other way. And they were doing pretty good in that challenge. That's gotta be hard to do. Even they had to solve the puzzle, even with their blindfold on. And Ikabula and Vanua won the reward challenge, which means Takali went back to camp with nothing. And poor Hannah actually had to seek medical attention because she was having a panic attack, and she was very embarrassed because she doesn't want that to go against her. And from somebody who's had anxiety attacks and has anxiety like Hannah, I definitely feel for her. That's definitely not easy, especially, being out there in Survivor. So I have to give her loads of credit for being out there and having anxiety. She ended up being fine, thank goodness. So when she got back to camp, her and Sunday were kind of having a moment that Hannah was kind of opening up to her in a way. And the Vanua tribe is definitely enjoying their reward. They're having some pie and all that good stuff. And at Takali, Figgy and Taylor want to be open with their relationship, so they decide to be honest with Jessica and Ken. And turns out they already knew, and it was just kind of hilarious because they had just assumed that they didn't know and everything, which they clearly did. At the immunity challenge, they had to go and get these coconuts that were tied up and release 3 balls, and they would have to do this maze while bouncing on something. And talk about a challenging challenge. And Michaela was definitely a bitch during the challenge. Like, she wouldn't let Hannah do anything, and when Hannah was trying to help, Michaela was just shutting her out and everything. And I don't know if it's just Michaela's personality or what, but she's definitely comes across as being a major bitch to everyone, and that could definitely go against her going forward. I mean, she must have at least made the merge because she's going to be on next season, is what I heard. But she could be a little bit nicer to people. I mean, you would think, right? So, Vanilla was in last place the whole time, and they really had a hard time catching up. And Takali was really ahead, but Ikabola won the immunity challenge, which I'm surprised because, if they would have lost, Michaela definitely would have probably went home. And then Vanua and Takali were kind of neck and neck, and Vanua ended up pulling it out, which sent Takali home. And I'm kind of nervous because, I'm Team Figgy and everything, and also Team Adam. And Adam's in a awkward place because he's a swing vote. Because obviously Taylor and Figgy are gonna vote together, and Jessica and Ken are. So Figgy wants to, and Taylor want to vote out Ken because he's definitely a threat going forward with the challenges, and I agree with them there. He definitely is a threat going forward. But Adam tells Jessica this, and she's trying to convince him to vote to break up the Figtails alliance. And Ken reassures him that if you vote with us, we're going to take care of you, and we're not going to I'm not going to put your name down. But then the problem is, though, Adam's trusting people he hasn't met before. And what I mean by that is Ken says that he's assuring David's vote and other people vote on GenX tribe, but Adam's never met these people before. Tribal Council wasn't really dramatic. They were talking about Figtails and how they thought it was funny that they didn't know. And they were also talking about how Adam's in a good position where he is now, and he can vote either way. And Taylor makes a point saying that if you don't side with us, that I am going to come after you. And for Adam, I mean, it kind of makes sense for him because Fanua has the numbers. It makes sense of him to go with them. But on the same time, you might want to break up the power couple because that might be dangerous going forward. So, it also made me think that was Adam going to show his alliance and, I mean, show his loyalty to his alliance and play his idol? He did not. I'm very upset because Figgy was the one that got sent home, and I don't care what the haters say about Figgy. You can say whatever you want. You have your own opinion, but I loved Figgy. I definitely would have got rid of Taylor. Sorry, Figgy, but I thought you were way, way better. But I think she should definitely take it as a compliment because she was a threat going forward. She was a bit more strategic than Taylor was, so that will be interesting because that will break up the alliance a bit because, you know, Michelle was very close with them too, and so was Jay. So yeah, that's very interesting. The previews for next week's show that Taylor is beyond pissed that Adam betrayed him, so he's definitely gunning for him, so we'll have to wait and see next week. I don't think they're going to go into a merge next week. I think it's going to be at 13. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm very sad to see Figgy go home. I hoping Figgy you can play again. You're definitely one of my favorite players to ever play. I'm still definitely Team Adam. I'm definitely rooting for Adam to go to the end because he just has the most inspirational story. I definitely think that Michaela needs to take a chill pill and relax and trust people and be nice to people. I mean, even in the challenge, she was helping Michelle and Zeke with the challenge, and when they called her out on it, Michaela said, "Oh, I'm just helping millennials out," and Taylor said, "Well, there's millennials over here," and she was like, "Well, there's 3 of you over there, so if you can't figure out, then you don't deserve to win." I'm like, I'm not stupid. The reason why you're not helping them out is because you hate Figgy. So, heartbreaking episode for me tonight on Survivor, but I hope you guys enjoyed Survivor tonight. If you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS. I hope you guys enjoyed Survivor tonight, and I hope you guys enjoyed my Survivor recap. And until next time, stay regal.